Red Sox signed Walker Bueller. News came in today. So 1 million, I mean 1 year,
I wish it was 1,000,000.
21.05 million. Yeah, right. Um, but this we're looking at this potential Red Sox starting rotation, Harrison. And how are you feeling about it? Garrett Crochet, Walker Bueller, Brian Bayo, Lucas Giolito if he comes back in time from his elbow, Tanner Houck, Cutter Crawford. How are you feeling about that rotation going
I
into
was in the
next season?
car today driving back from somewhere and kind of thinking about this because the Bueller news had come out a little bit earlier than that, and I was like, "Man, that rotation could be so good," but then my immediate thought went to, "But, oh, crap, like, Crochet, injury history, Bueller, 2 Tommy Johns, Giolito coming back off of Tommy John, Sandoval coming back off of Tommy John." Um,
Oh,
yeah,
I forgot even to
got
put
Patrick
him in
Sandoval
there.
coming back midseason. You've got you've got 4 starters who are recent Tommy John recipients. I guess 3 are recent Tommy John. I think Garrett Crochet was a shoulder, but um, when it comes to sheer talent, that is probably a top 3 rotation in the American League. Um, but there's a hell of an injury history that comes with those guys. So healthy, I'm very excited. But I'm also very nervous about how many of those guys make it through the year.
And maybe the Red Sox, are playing with fire a little bit here, but the history says when these guys come back from Tommy John, that next year's
It's
a pretty good
usually pretty
bounce
good,
back
yeah.
year.
Uh,
Yeah, so maybe they're just banking on that. And listen, I completely forgot about Sandoval going in there too. Um, that's 7 deep. If you absolutely need to, right? You can move Hauk to the bullpen, although I think he cemented his role
yeah.
as a starter. You can move Crawford there. You have some flexibility there. So if that's the case, who do you think the odd man's out? Do you think it's
I mean,
Cutter
I think
Crawford?
Cutter Crawford for sure is the odd man out. I mean, he was good last year. He had a good first half. He had a really tough second half, and he kind of ended up right back where he typically is, which is about a 500 pitcher. As we always say, water kind of finds its level, and he did. But he's one of those guys who has good stuff. Any part of the game, he can come in, pitch a while, pitch for a little while, pitch in short relief. He gives you the most flexibility. He's also young, and he can kind of he's younger than the group. I think he can bounce back. He doesn't stand out to me as like a must be a starter kind of guy. Bayo does. I think Hauk has proven it. And the other guys are clearly all starters. So I think that Crawford's the odd man out. And it's possible that you see a guy like Bayo maybe slide out when everybody's healthy. Bayo's going to have to earn his spot this year. He did not have a good season last year. He's continued to tease us with talent, but not put up numbers. And I think he's gonna have to earn a spot this year, or he's gonna find himself either back in AAA, getting more seasoning, or maybe coming out of the bullpen. But he's got to put up this
Yeah.
year.
I I kind of hope that the Sox here roll with a six-man rotation to save these arms a little bit. Maybe like I said, Giolito's not coming back for a little bit. I don't know the timetable on him exactly, but I would roll with a six-man rotation here. You got guys with, like you said, arm injury history. Sorry, I think you roll with that.
Yeah,
So
yeah, and I think it's.
yeah.
I mean, look, they've got better talent in this rotation they've had in a long time, and I love the fact they've got to wonder like, what do you do with all these arms? Like, this is a great problem to have.
Yeah. Yeah, so Bueller didn't accept the qualifying offer, or I don't think he was even
They didn't
offered a
make him a
qualifying
QO, no.
offer by the Dodgers. Yep. So he became a free agent and then ended up signing with the Sox today. So I'm honestly surprised that it was only a 1 year deal, and a 1 year deal, get it, got it,
Well, and
done.
what surprised me, it's a 1-year deal, there's no option. There's a couple $1,000,000 worth of incentives based on, I think it starts and innings pitched. Um, but, like, there's no option in that. So this is literally a 1-year kind of prove it contract. My hope is if he's good and he shows he's kind of returned to form, that they talk extension with him, but I think Bueller understands he was not good in the second half of last season. He was good in the playoffs, but he's gotta prove that he's that guy again after coming back and being
Yeah,
underwhelming.
yeah. Is this Walker Bueller or Christian Walker? Because I didn't put that slide in tonight. I completely forgot about his signing, but Christian Walker signed with the Astros, which was
We talked about that
we
last week.
covered it on
Or yeah,
Friday, I
Friday.
think.
Talked about Friday.
Yeah, yeah. But I really hope it's a bounce back year for him, and he just absolutely dominates for this Red Sox staff and team. Because, like we said, they'll put up runs, and we were screaming for starting pitching help about a month ago when it looked like they weren't going to get any of these guys, and they've made some moves. They made the right moves. I think the Red Sox are going to be all right
Yeah,
going
and I
forward.
think that, people need to remember how dirty Walker Bueller was in 19, 20, and 21 when he was healthy. He made 30 starts in 2019. He made 33 in 21. He made 8 in 2020, the shortened season. But I mean, he was a 3-ish ERA. Just he was unhittable at times. If
Yeah.
you're getting that Walker Bueller, not the 5.38 ERA of last year in 16 starts, as he kind of was found his way back, this he'll be the nastiest 2 or 3 starter in all of baseball.